Did you know that the bison and the cow derived from the same ancestor more than 3 million years ago? And did you know that if a bison breeds with a cow, it's called a beefalo? And typically when they make hybrids of these two species, the cow's genetics are the predominant genetic. And in cases where they have bison that breed over time, it's called a bison hybrid if the bison genetics are predominant. But the point of this story is to discuss a psychological difference when it comes to adversity portrayed by the cows and the bison. In particular, there is a specific example which demonstrates how one faces adversity versus the other. When there is a thunderstorm and chaos ensues, the cows huddle together or run away from the storm. And this can be interpreted as the coward's option, and it can be analogous to us in life. Are we cowering from our adversity, while the bison does the complete opposite? When there's a storm, the bison charges directly at it. And if you find the parallels between the way these two animals face adversity and the way we face adversity, psychologically, you will find that in many cases we are much better off by attacking the thunderstorm. And the thunderstorm can come in any form of problems that we experience, big and small. It can be an email that we need to send that's just dragging on. It can be a conversation we need to have, a task that we need to do at work, something we need to do for our personal health, or any number of things that we need to address. We are better off attacking the dragon while it's in its cave than waiting for the dragon to attack our village and trying to fight it then. And so the point of this story is to attack your problems. Don't run from them. If you run from them, you are in one form or another being a coward. In most cases, I'm sure there's exceptions to that, and I'm sure there's situations where you have to submit and you can't leverage the situation depending on where you stand in relationship to it. But in most terms, in most small problems, in most big problems, and everything in between, attack the problem. You'll feel so much more free. You'll have the peace of mind to go on living life present and grateful, and without this apparition chasing you. And another example of this story is Athenodorus, who was a advisor to the Emperor Augustus back when BC was becoming CE. Augustus ruled for 41 years, and he had an advisor named Athenodorus who lived in a mansion that was notoriously haunted. And the story goes that he moved into this mansion against the common wisdom of moving into a haunted mansion. He said, I'm not worried about this mansion. And the first night that he was in the mansion, he was writing, and an apparition appeared, shackled and chained, and Atheodorus just gave him one of these, like, I'm writing, I'll get to you when I'm done writing, okay? Just wait out in the hall. Upon Atheodorus completing his whatever he was writing, he approaches the apparition and follows the apparition. And the apparition leads him into the garden, or somewhere outside of the mansion, courtyard, or I forget exactly what it may be. If this, this is a can't think of the word, but he follows the apparition disappears, and so he just goes to that spot, he marks that spot, and he has men dig it the next day, and there they find the bones of the remains of a human being, and they give that body a proper burial, and the ghost was never heard from again. And so in life, there's going to be apparitions that appear in the form of adversity and problems, and it's just trying to point you in the direction to where you need to improve. And so our ego and our protective survival nature often wants to choose flight in those situations, or choose freeze, but it's just so much more advantageous to your being to fight some of that adversity and explore those challenges, because it will mold and shape you into a more prepared, well-rounded person when it comes to future problems. So this is something that I'm trying to practice. I encourage you to try to practice, and do not prolong your suffering through hesitating to address the important issues that face us. And for me, it's letting different tasks drag on, and I have a list of things that I need to accomplish in my email that I'll resend to myself for the next day. But when you attacked all those problems and you just hit everything, then you can just really enjoy the moment, because in your subconscious, you've done everything that you've been called to do up to that point. So now you can just breathe so much easier. And that's the theme of this video. Just attack your problems with courage and might. And when it comes to courage is extremely contagious, and you can role model for those around you, especially for your children, because people around you that look up to you, if you are a leader to them, will demonstrate the qualities that you portray. So be courageous, and that doesn't mean trying to always be the hero. Do do what you are capable of doing. Listen to your internal listen to your gut, listen to your instincts, and just give it your best shot. And if you fail, that's just a nice lesson for your ego, and it will be a humbling experience, but you'll be much better off than not doing anything and running like a cow. Peace out.